Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and we just got a new indie direct announced taking place December 15th. Now it was expected to close the year, but I want to round up 10 games that were scheduled for a 2021 release date and we still await now any sort of update. Could a few of these potentially be stealth dropped during the presentation? So with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So before we do get into the main core of the list here, one game that seems to be guaranteed to appear at the presentation is Aeterna Noctis. It's just all over Metacritic that the release date is tomorrow, but it's yet to appear on the eShop. The issue that leads to though is I wouldn't expect tomorrow any reviews to give us a good idea of how it plays on the Switch, but I love the look of it, a 2D Metroidvania, a stunning visual style, and then its 16 connected areas. Been looking forward to this one now for a while, so hopefully all is good for launch. Alright, so missing games, and first up, the House of the Dead remake coming from Forever Entertainment. This was announced back in April at a prior direct, and I think we've got a good shot at this one dropping. I'm seeing no updates around pushing the release back to 2022, and Forever Entertainment, they previously used an indie world as a platform to surprise release Panzer Dragoon. I've definitely got high hopes for this one though, curious to see how it plays and what controller options we get. The game then, it's a remake that goes a bit beyond just a facelift thanks to a new cast and gameplay changes, though what those changes are we will see. I'm also going to be curious to see the price point on this one because it would be easy for them to maybe outprice some of the audience. OlliOlli World then is another one that I'm confident we will see at this indie direct. It's been promised for the last 7 months that it would see a winter release, and if you've never played the series, it is incredible. I'm hoping for that again here, as it seems to put a bigger focus on story as well. This is a journey across what's called Radland in search of the mystical skate gods. Alongside all of this, then expect a ton of customization, the ability to compete in leagues, over 100 moves. I'm excited to hear the soundtrack as well they normally deliver, and yeah, I just really hope this one can pull something special together. It looks visually as well absolutely stunning. Keeping this one quick then, but 100 Days is a wine making simulator. Another one that's been promised now a winter release date for a while. I'm not sure if it's going to be for me honestly, but it's unique and it is at a minimum getting me curious. I've always been a sucker though for a sim builder, so maybe this one will surprise me. It's been in the works now for a good while. It debuted back at Gamescom in like 2020, loving the low poly visual style as well, and from what I'm seeing in the trailer, I'm going to guess there's a ton of depth. So I really hope then we see Neon White tomorrow. It's from Ben Esposito, the creative director behind Donut County. This one's definitely a departure from his usual work. It's a first-person action game set around exterminating demons in heaven, and immediately I am sold. There was a gameplay video then back in July through Nintendo from Ben saying a winter release himself. It's a first-person shooter parkour game though, all about speedruns, and instead of having weapons on screen, it's actually cards. There's a card deck system. The spin here though, you can use your gun or discard the card you have, and it will reward you with better movement. Loving the visual style though, it's for sure unique as well, and that's what I expect from Ben Esposito. It even packs leaderboards as well, promising some replayability. TemTem then seems to have gone radio silent. I'm still hopeful though that this could see a surprise 2021 release. If there was ever a perfect platform for the game, given its Pokemon influences, I do think it's the Nintendo Switch, and this is now long overdue. If anything, for me, this would be the closer of this direct. I think it would get just a huge amount of hype. It's been out elsewhere already though, and critically opinions have been extremely strong. Steam, for example, alone has 26,000 very positive reviews. For those that don't know though, it's a massively multiplayer creature collection game as they call it, but think here, catch them, battle them, and then explore this open world. I love the visual look of it though. I've spent a small amount of time with the game already myself, but I really want this one on the Switch, so I'm kind of like holding out for that. We're getting kind of into long shot territory now, but the Outer Worlds is one that I can't figure out where it is. I see no official announcement around a delay. However, the Wikipedia page, it says sometime in 2022 and 2023. Realistically though, it's showing no source on that information, so I'm pushing back and saying it has potential. It was announced 9 months ago though at a direct in Feb. It's a game that gives you 22 minutes at a time to try and save this world. If you hit the 22-minute mark, the universe goes boom, it's back to the beginning, but of course now you've gained more knowledge. The original announcement was for a summer release for the Switch. We are far past that now, but I played this game already. It's genius. I have it on Steam and PlayStation. It packs an incredible soundtrack that I'm trying to source on vinyl with near to no luck, unless I want to part with way too much cash. And the trailer from the last direct, I think visually, they've done a good job, or at least it seems that way with the Switch port. Hopefully that goes for the entire game and the frame rates. Not Tonight then was a game built around a format similar to Papers, Please. Its theme though was Brexit and an interpretation of what that could lead to. Here they've switched things up and taken the gameplay to America. Now here though you've been arrested and your friends, they need to road trip across America to get your identifying documents, otherwise it's kind of the end of the line. I really enjoyed the first game though. It was unique for sure, a little heavy-handed at points, but I loved the idea of this expansion on the formula. A beta then was released in September, so I do think a release here would absolutely make sense. This one, it's going to be for document checking gameplay fans out there, but it's a surprisingly addictive formula if you've never checked it out. Our penultimate game of the video then, Braid Anniversary Edition. Bit of a Hail Mary this one, but it also feels like a perfect December Indie World release. Originally scheduled for a Q1 2021 release, it's been radio silence ever since. The plan for the game though, a simultaneous release across near all platforms, including the likes of PS5 and Series X, but I do think a Nintendo show would be a great place to launch at. If you've never played the original, this is actually a rebuild. It's a piece of genius, to put it simply. A puzzle platformer. This is the reason I haven't done my top puzzle platformers of 2021 just yet. There's kind of a small part of me hoping it gets dropped on us. Gameplay wise, you manipulate the flow of time and explore what is a hand-painted world that looks absolutely stunning. It's considered a classic and I cannot wait to get back into it. So our final entry on this list, it's not so much a game, but I want to talk about Death Trash. This is high up on my list of anticipated indies for 2022. Basically, we recently got a demo over on Xbox. I would not be surprised to see that demo join the Switch. You know, not a full release, but a trailer, an eShop listing, and access to the demo so we can start drumming up some excitement around the game. I actually own it already on Steam. I went via early access. It's basically this action RPG with an old school Fallout style. What other games can you name though where you have a button to throw up on command so you can use it as a resource, and then the world, it's populated with enemies and these giant kind of mutant things? Really got high hopes, but I think a demo would be great for the game just to kind of get the hype going. I think a lot of you here will find a lot to like with this one. And there's 10 games, or well I guess 9 games and a demo that we can hopefully expect some sort of news on tomorrow at the Indie World Direct. Let's see how well this video ages. With that though, look, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.